I should be, right?
Yeah, it's cold.
Real cold.
Hey, thanks for joining us for KARE 11 News at noon. We're following some big updates today. One in the case of that missing Wisconsin kayaker. And we have more on what the new Minneapolis budget means for homeowners. But first, you're all bundled up because it's cold.
Yes, it's really cold outside.
Yeah, you can barely turn.
Stiff. You know what? It's better to be warm. So we had to issue today as a weather impact alert day. Now we are actually in this alert now. It wasn't until really right now that we actually got into this. So we're going to see winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Our temperature just dropped below 5 below across much of the region, where this morning when you woke up, it was actually warmer, 16 degrees with temperatures early on, 10 out there right now. So temperatures are now feeling like 9 below. So we've made the jump to almost double-digit below zero temperatures. Here's the actual temps: 10, 3 in St. Cloud, -1 in Brainerd, -10 in Bemidji. Now you can see the wind speeds at around 15 to 20 miles per hour. It is windy, and these are actual right now wind chills: 9 below, 20 below in Brainerd, 34 below right now in Bemidji, and 37 below in Thief River Falls. So we're going to continue to drop here. We'll monitor this temperature as we take the fall, as we get prepared for this cold air. But if you're heading outside right now, make sure to bundle up. Take this one seriously. This is definitely the coldest day of the season so far. We'll time out actually a snow chance as well in your forecast coming up in a bit.
Hey, thanks, John. A lot to keep track of. Well, we have new video today of the aftermath of a scary fire at a Minneapolis encampment last night. The Red Cross is stepping up to help people who lost their homes. Fire crews say the fire started at the encampment in the Ventura Village neighborhood and spread to a nearby house. They say propane tanks at the encampment were exploding as they battled those flames. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but we're still waiting to hear what started that fire. As we mentioned, with frigid temperatures today and tomorrow, there's a couple of things we need to stay on top of when it comes to our cars. Here's Michelle Beck.
Hey, so two things I want to go over. Battery and tires, they're both affected by the cold weather that we're seeing out here right now. So first, the batteries. They can be drained by the little things. So when you power off, make sure you take off all accessories, including these simple phone chargers, and turn off all lights as well. AutoZone says dead batteries are one of the most common reasons a car can't start in cold weather. It recommends you keep batteries charged by driving at least 30 minutes once a week. Keep your eyes too on tire inflation pressure. The NHTSA says to inspect it at least once a month and before long road trips. Also check when the tires are cold, meaning they haven't been driven on for at least 3 hours. And actually right here by the door frame is where you can find the tire inflation numbers. This is going to be the recommended number that you want to keep in mind. This is different than the maximum tire inflation pressure number written on the tire itself. Again, you want to focus on what's here by the door frame. It's recommended for your vehicle.
Very good tips there. If you haven't already, make sure to download the free KARE 11 app. Just scan the QR code on your screen there. The app will help you prepare on weather impact alert days like today with customized forecasts, live radar, and alerts. You can also find it wherever you download your apps. Just 2 hours ago, we got a major update in the story about that missing Wisconsin kayaker who faked his own death. We know he's now in jail back in Wisconsin. Court records show Ryan Borgwart is being held at the Green Lake County Jail. The father of 3 first went missing in August after a kayaking trip on Green Lake. Police then believed he traveled to Eastern Europe. Now investigators say after weeks of being in contact with Borgwart, he came back to the U.S. on his own. Take a listen to what the sheriff had to say about his staff.
They're the ones that kept us going. I couldn't be more proud of them, of what they did for a family. We didn't give up. And we can stand here today feeling relieved.
Police haven't commented on whether Borgwart is in contact with his family. We're also tracking new developments in the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Right now, the suspect in that killing is fighting extradition to New York.
That is completely out of touch and an insult to the intelligence of the American people and the lived experience.
You see there, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione arrived at court in Pennsylvania yelling at reporters. He was denied bail. In the last 24 hours, police say they found handwritten notes on Mangione saying, quote, the parasites had it coming and that he wasn't working with anyone. Mangione's lawyer says he sees no evidence his client is the shooter. In a few hours, the St. Paul City Council will talk about the 2025 budget. Mayor Melvin Carter has proposed a nearly 8% property tax hike. The council is proposing to limit the increase closer to 5% by finding cuts to various city departments. But late last night, the Minneapolis City Council voted to adopt its 2025 budget, and it includes an increase on your property taxes. Audrey Russo has a breakdown of those numbers.
Now, the headline here is that if you live in Minneapolis, your property taxes are going to go up. But the context behind that headline is that the amount those taxes are going up really is not as high as what was initially proposed. Mayor Jacob Frey first suggested a property tax levy increase of over 8%. The city council ended up working that back to about 6.9%. It's still the highest increase since 2010. If you own a home with a median value of $331,000, according to the city assessor's website, you'll pay roughly $170 more in city taxes. 71 amendments were approved as part of the 2025 budget, and many of those amendments focus on public safety. Council members voted to expand the city's behavioral crisis response and to fund 5 civilian investigators to the police force, and they would be handling nonviolent cases. They also approved more resources for people experiencing homelessness, a topic that was brought up again and again during the meeting's public comment period.
If we can help our neighbors here in Minneapolis reside in a safe, stable environment, I believe our city would be safer for all, better livability, and improve economically, and more importantly, be a better place to call home.
The council also funded some senior services and expanded some of those. They also maintained funding for a homeownership preservation program to keep seniors and low-income families in their houses. Back to you.
In other headlines, it looks like the satirical news outlet The Onion won't be allowed to buy the conspiracy platform InfoWars. Last month, The Onion won an auction for the parent company of the Alex Jones outlet. Now a bankruptcy judge is blocking the sale, citing concerns with the auction process, saying money was left on the table. The families of Sandy Hook victims had originally backed The Onion's bid. Now their attorney says they're disappointed by yesterday's decision. It's unclear what the next step for InfoWars will be. Taking another look at where inflation stands today, the latest numbers show consumer prices jumped 2.7% last month. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says the biggest factors in that increase were among food and energy. Outside of those two categories, inflation rates have stayed at the same level we've seen since September.